Chelem Tennis 2 s'apprête à débarquer sur PS3 et 360. Une arrivée sur console HD qui, normalement, aurait dû se faire dès le premier épisode. En effet, en 2009, Electronic Arts annonçait déjà son grand Chelem Tennis sur ces mêmes plateformes, quelques mois après sa sortie sur Wii. Mais les retours plus que mitigés sur cette première version Wii ont conduit ces moutures HD vers des reports successifs pour finalement se voir tout simplement annulés. C'est donc avec une certaine appréhension que nous sommes allés poser nos questions à Thomas Singleton, le producteur de Grand Chelem Tennis 2, même si en matière de jeux de sport, Electronic Arts possède une solide expérience.
Grand Slam Tennis 2 definitely delivers on the depth that you've come to expect from any EA Sports franchise. We've got a career mode that's up to 10 years. The goal in there is to train, grow your created player, participate in exhibition matches, unlock new gear, participate in pre-tournaments to seed and rank yourself higher, and then go into the Grand Slam tournaments themselves and try to win as many Grand Slam championships as you can, and the ultimate goal becoming ranked #1 in the world. Any tennis player's dream. Then we've got ESPN Grand Slam Classics that are over 3 decades worth of classic matches, whether it's Bjorn Borg versus John McEnroe back in 1980 at Wimbledon, to some current epic matches that are taking place today, whether it's Djokovic versus Nadal or Nadal versus Roger Federer a few years back, one of the longest matches ever at Wimbledon. So that's another mode that we've got in there. The goal in there is to not only relive history by being dropped into those matches midstream, but also unlock additional matches along the way.
Grand Chelem Tennis propose donc un contenu complet, mais somme toute classique. Ce qui nous amène à nous demander ce qui le différencie des autres représentants du genre, comme Virtua Tennis 4 ou encore l'excellent Top Spin 4.
Well, Grand Slam Tennis 2, we think, changes the game when it comes to tennis games. It's probably got the first real innovation in the tennis category in a long time, and that's our total racket control system, where we've essentially taken the right analog stick and made it your tennis racket. So for the first time in a tennis video game, you can play the entire experience using just the 2 analog sticks. The left analog stick for running around, the right analog stick for controlling your shot type as well as your shot aiming. Combine that with our best-in-class Move integration, where we literally put a tennis racket in the palm of your hand using the PlayStation Move, and then our Pro AI system, where the players not only look like themselves and sound like themselves, but they play just like themselves when it comes to the tennis tactics, whether they're a defensive baseliner like Rafael Nadal to a serve and volley style player like John McEnroe. They'll actually perform those live tactics within the product to become successful.
Habitué à détenir la majorité des droits tournant autour des sports qu'il traite, EA a dû travailler en étroite collaboration avec de grands joueurs de tennis pour mener à bien son projet, même si pour le coup, il n'y a pas eu de séance de motion capture avec eux, comme nous l'explique Thomas.
The players that we worked the most with were John McEnroe, Pat Cash. We did have a session and some meetings with Joel Fusanga. Andy Murray was also a part of some early discussions that we had in Grand Slam tennis. Did we use them for motion capture? No. What we did for motion capture was we actually hired some amateur tennis players that were more like Novak Djokovic, that were very good at impersonating other players' styles and mimicking their subtle nuances, whether it's Rafa Nadal and his stance or butt pick, wedgie, whatever you want to call it, right down to John McEnroe throwing tantrums on the court, throwing his tennis racket. That was our approach when it came to motion capture.
Lorsqu'un développeur spécialisé en jeux de sport sort un nouveau titre, il doit faire un choix quant à l'orientation qu'il veut lui donner. Certains privilégient la simulation et la dimension réaliste, alors que d'autres optent pour le côté arcade et s'attardent sur l'aspect fun en priorité. Qu'en est-il de ce Grand Chelem Tennis 2 ?
I think it's primarily more simulation than it is arcade. Simulation in the aspects of being authentic to the sport of tennis, right down to the gear that the players are wearing. Rafael Nadal is wearing the Nike attire he'll be wearing this year in 2012. So what you'll see him wearing at the Australian Open, this just started this weekend, is where he's wearing in the game. Same with Roland Garros, same with what he's wearing at Wimbledon. Down to their movements, down to their animations, the way they sound, That's all simulation. The tactics, whether it's a butterfly pattern or sitting back on the baseline as a defensive baseliner or chip and charge serve and volley style player, they're attributes very authentic to the players themselves. When we think of arcade, the things that we've got that are arcade within the product are the fun factor. The ability to pick up and play very simply and easily, whether it's with the move or with total racket control or with the buttons. The fun and addiction and longevity and wanting to come back and play more because it's just so addictive and you got to have more, whether it's in career or ESPN Grand Slam Classics. Those are the arcade elements that we've got within the product. However, we're probably 75% simulation and 25% arcade.
Un dosage précis et visiblement réfléchi donc. Mais cette recette devra de toute manière faire ses preuves face à l'excellence d'un Top Spin 4. Verdict le 10 février prochain sur PS3 et 360.